Well, we're mid-February, just passed up the Super Bowl this past weekend, so I thought this would be a perfect time for a real estate market update. Well, hello there. I'm Slav Polinsky, Slav Polinsky Homes. I hope you're doing well today. Yes, we are into the 2025 real estate market. Uh, what I can tell you that has changed over the last couple of years, prior to 2020, the typical market was homes coming on the market for some reason or other after the Super Bowl, but typically beginning of March and then through late June. That was kind of the sweet spot. Something happened, of course, we can remember in 2021 through 2023, interest rates dropped to about 3%, two and three quarters, and it changed everything. Homes were coming on the market throughout the year, and buyers were out there throughout the year as well. It was nonstop activity. Over the last year and a half, we're seeing a shift back to the way it was, where buyers, depending on the weather here in the Midwest, will begin looking in March once it starts warming up. However, like this year, my buyers have been active just because even though we're expecting a snowstorm today, up until this point, our weather here has been mild. And buyers, quite a few of them, have been waiting for quite a while for that right home. And the reason why they've been waiting for quite a while is just we're still experiencing an inventory challenge, not enough homes on the market. So what I'd like to do today is show you some data, current data, so we can take a look at, number one, we're looking at DuPage County as a whole, and then I'll also check out a few towns in DuPage County to see if they reflect the overall county data. So let's jump right into it. So here we go. DuPage County. This is for single family homes, all price points, all sizes, all bedrooms, and so forth. And as you can see, since 2022, home prices have been going up. Even though interest rates are still hovering around 7%. And again, the reason why they're still going up is the shortage of available homes on the market. If we go to a bar graph, what we can see is DuPage County as a whole, since January of 2024, average sales price has gone up by over 10%. And one of the reasons, right, we have new listings is up overall, but still from 2023, we're down quite a bit, right? If we look back to the line graph, in January of 2022, DuPage County had 15,516 new listings. As of January of 2025, 8,942. So almost half as many homes are coming on the market as they did 3 years ago. Month supply of inventory is at 1.3 months. Again, what this is a representation of, if nothing changes and they look at how many homes are currently on the market and how many active buyers are currently looking, this is how long it would take to sell off all of the homes. And a balanced market is 4 to 6 months of inventory. Anything below that is the seller's market. Anything above that is the buyer's market. So you see, even though we're a little bit higher than this time last year, we're still heavily in the seller's market. So that was DuPage County as a whole. Let's break it down to a few towns. Let's start in the town that I live in, and that is Downers Grove. Downers Grove, average sales price has gone up almost 5% since this time last year, and over 10% higher than this time in January of 2023. So this is single family homes. Month supply of inventory, again, inched up at 1.7, still heavily in the sales market. New listings, slightly higher than last year, but look at the difference from 2 years ago. So let's take a look at Naperville for single family homes. And you can see the home values continue to rise. A little bit of a dip here in October to November, but then it kind of bounced out. If we look year over year, Naperville experiencing increase of sales price by almost 8% from this time last year, and about 16% from January of 2023. And I'm guessing if we look at their new listings, a little bit higher than last year. So that's a little bit of a promising aspect is we're starting to see a little bit of an increase, but we have quite a ways to go to where we were a couple years ago. And keep in mind, even a couple years ago, we were still heavily in a seller's market. If we take a look at this graph from Naperville for the last 5 years, you can see clearly how much fewer homes we have available for sale now than 5 years ago. Right here is January of 2023, but then up here we have February of 2020. Let's take a look at the average sales price in Woodridge. And again, this is still on the graph for 5 years, and you can see what a healthy increase over the last 5 years. But let's break it down to the last 3 years, year over year. And Woodridge has seen an increase of 9.4% from this time last year. And let's take a look at the new listings. So about the same from last year, still down quite a ways from 2023. Let's go back 5 years on this and see where we are compared to 5 years ago. Same thing. We're going to see this in all the neighboring towns in DuPage County. A huge reduction in available homes. And so why is this? Let's talk about that. So many people that have bought their homes or possibly refinanced, right, in 2020 to 2022, they don't want to move. They're holding on to a very low interest rate. And so unless they have to, they're sitting tight for now just to see what happens. Eventually, what's going to happen is they're either going to realize the house they're in is too big now for their life situation, or they're busting at the seams. Maybe their family is growing and they're going to have to move anyway. But in the meantime, they're taking a close look at their life situation. And if they could hang on to where they're at, they are choosing to do so. Let's go back here to Woodridge and take a look at month supply of inventory. So month supply of inventory in Woodridge is up from last year to a little bit less than a month supply of inventory, but the same as 2 years ago. And again, heavily in the seller's market still. All right, let's look at one more town in DuPage County, and that is Westmont. Average sales price. Westmont has experienced an increase in sales price by 11.3% from this time last year. And new listings in Westmont, about even with last year, but down almost 26% from 2 years ago. And again, for kicks and giggles, let's take a look at the last 5 years. A significant decrease, not as much as, let's say, Woodridge, Downers Grove, and Naperville, but in January of 2020, Westmont is a smaller town. They had 369 new listings, and January that we just passed, 206, about 100, 150 fewer homes available at any given time so far this year. The last thing I want to show you is this is a snapshot in Downers Grove for the last 2 weeks. And what it's showing is how many homes went under contract in the last 2 weeks versus how many new homes have entered the market. And in the last 2 weeks in Downers Grove, 15 homes went under contract, but we only experienced 2 new listings. And below that, you have attached single family. So that's condos and townhomes. And Downers Grove had 7 under contract, condos and townhomes, and only 1 new listing. So again, we're starting the year off with a little bit of an imbalance. And this is a 14-day snapshot of the Naperville real estate market. So in the last 2 weeks in Naperville, they had 34 homes go under contract and only 11 new single-family homes entering the real estate market. As far as attached single-family homes, condos, and townhomes, they had 21 go under contract in the last 2 weeks and only 3 coming onto the market. So again, we're starting the year off at an imbalance, more homes being bought than new homes coming on the market. What'll be interesting to see is what happens once we get towards the end of February and early March. So what I'll do definitely is provide you with another real estate market update for the area first week of March. So here's my thoughts and my advice to both buyers and sellers. If you're a seller and you're considering selling your home, boy, this is just an opportune time. The buyers are out there. Interest rates are at 7, but the buyers out there are serious. As you notice in a couple of the towns, the month supply of inventory has inched up a little bit. And I think the reason this is the buyers that are out there, they realize that their monthly payment is going to be higher than it was, let's say, a few years ago. So they're making sure the home they buy is the right home for them. They're a little bit pickier. Now, if you're a home buyer, my advice to you is be patient, but be ready to move quickly. So be patient for that right home to come onto the market for you. Don't feel pressured to buy something you don't want, because you will regret it in a couple of years. That honeymoon phase of owning that new home will only last so long, and you want to make sure that is the right home for you. Now, when that home comes on the market that you really like, you'll want to move very quickly, because if it's a home that you like a lot, chances are other home buyers will like it too. We are still experiencing multiple offers. The buyers I've been working with so far this year, each one of them have been competing against other offers on the same home. However, few years ago, 3, 4 years ago, buyers were competing against 20 or 30 offers. What I'm seeing so far is buyers in multiple offer situations are competing with maybe 3 to 5 buyers. So very important to have your ducks in a row. Take a look at your pre-approval. They're good for about 90 days, so they may need to be updated. And talk to your lender. Bring up different price points, real estate taxes, and see what your monthly payment's going to be, so that when that right home comes on the market, you can move forward confidently and quickly to secure the home that you want. Well, I hope this update was helpful for you, and be sure to come back the first week of March, where I'll share an updated version of the real estate market. And if you have any questions about buying or selling in the Chicagoland area or South Central Wisconsin, give me a call. I would love to help you realize your real estate hopes and dreams. Make it a great day.